Ako kasi, my business right now is running with trust of my people around me, no? If the people around me would lose their trust on me, I think that my business will fail, especially that most of my businesses right now are run by financial transactions.
Is there a good risk? So nga, during that time, kasa wake up call may DJ kanya nga, if you wanna do business, dapat gumanan siya kami basit.
Correct. That's business eh. The reason why you do business is to earn profit.
Ngayon mamum kanya, I hate to be prophetic ngayon. The reason why I'm selling yogurt is I wanna make probiotics accessible to the Ilocano people.
Oh my God, that's your advocacy. Thank you, candidate number 1.
Han, kasi kita magni na ti yogurt gamin when you buy it in groceries.
Yeah.
Tapos no makita dagi yan ti yogurt nga brands that nga prominent. At dati 14 to 15 grams of sugar na in the 100 gram packet. Imagine mo may nagdakkel yung sugars dito eh. And if you feed this to your kids, awan choice mo eh. Hamo maikatan DJ sugar nga na ipandijayan. Kaya DJ kuka ngamin, it's sugar free, unsweetened. Iso nga rod nga, very confident namin nga at least I'm doing the community a good thing. I'm doing them a favor.
But before doing good to others, as we've talked about this the last podcast, you should also think of yourself, di ba? So I'll just give you a hint kung bakit yung, for example, pricing of Nestle could be lower than yours before you lower it pa. Kasi they do it in a mass production. Pag mass production kasi, bigger companies could tend to give it at a lower price.
Kasi bultuhan niya, makagatang dati. Yeah.
So the raw mats actually would be lesser for them, the overhead would be lesser for them. Unlike for homemade, usually ang homemade products, to tell you honestly, mas mahal. Dapat.
Kasi i-retail mo nga may gagatangin dagi
raw mats, and your overhead is you. Ikaw mismo gumagawa. You should also pay for your time. You should also have a cost for your time. So that's the reason why that homemade products are usually mas mahal, supposedly, over commercialized products.
Yeah. So nga nagaduti repeat customers mo, kana data gamin ka sobrang mura data pinaglakong. I started adjusting the sizing kon, ken the costing kon in ngato metti 150 pesos and all bakag pangaton tumanin syempre because of the war that's happening right now. So adu melata, they stayed for the bis di kadi nya dyan nya nagadulat ta ti gumatang-gatang kadakwa. Iso nga kung kuna nga rod ke I think I developed a good product nga na-accept ti Ilocano sen. Kasi iso nga, di siya metimesa pampalubag loob ko at tati kwa.
That means beyond the price, they are really buying your product because of the quality. And that's good.
Yeah.
Kasi yun yung sinasabi natin a while back that you shouldn't go with the price war. Price war is good ha. It's beneficial to the public or for the customers, but make sure as a business you should always have a net income.
So when you say price war, dati pababaan?
Yes, pababaan ng presyo. And naging common na yan, especially right now, marami rin coffee shops. Pansin mo, left and right, daming coffee shops, pababaan ng presyo and all. Meron pa ako nakita sa Manila way back 29.39 na
kape.
Na kape. And nag-thrive Suna during the first few years, and then eventually after a few months of opening, nagsara rin. Because, for example, gross sales nila in a day, 100,000. For example, compared to our cafe, gross sales me, for example, per day is 20,000. Pero net income me is 15. Halimbawa lang net income to 100,000, nasa 5,000, 6,000. Do you think it's worth it? Diba?
Ang nakamakam totek ko. The math wasn't mathing.
What I mean is the percentage of net income compared to the gross sales should match with the effort. Sometimes it's something that people don't understand and entrepreneurs don't understand because they think that gross sales is tantamount to net income. So, ibig sabihin, for example, meron silang sold items worth 100,000 in a day. They think, usually people think malaki na yung kita doon. But what if you compute the actual cost of goods sold? Yung cost of goods sold, tawag natin sa presyo ng mga items na nabenta. Diba? Ilas pa natin yung mga overhead, electricity, di ba? Mga pasahod and all. This is just basic accounting Don't get don't get confused.
Diyan ka naman titisyo kasagdari mo nga nagkadeto yun.
Basic lang to. Basic
pala ba yan?
Yeah, basic lang to. So, doon mo makikita kung kumita ka ba. Unlike, for example, your cafe just earned 5,000 pesos.
In a day. Pero yung cost of goods sold mo, let's say 1,000 lang. And then even with the other costs, 1,000 lang, total nan. Kaya 4,000 din net income mo. Compared, for example, yung 100,000, ngati
expenses mo and other materials, other costs, 95,000, 5,000 net income mo. It's just 5% of the actual total sales.
Diyan masurutan, diyan magustuhan dito nga podcast.
Haantap na lang at dati point of view yun niya. That's the reason why nga ado ti mo confuse sa kimita daw wenhoan.
So, if your business would fail tomorrow, what would be the reason?
If your business would fail tomorrow, what would be the reason? Grabe, may dagito question na ni Jan.
Kasi kaman,
Kasi ang sa balik yung point of view gawin
Okay.
beginner and
Seasoned.
ano pa yung season da?
seasoned entrepreneur.
Okay.
So, the reasons
Ag sinabali kami. So nga ti question mo is, if your business would fail tomorrow, what would be the reason? Shit.
I believe, ladies and gentlemen, ko lang, dapat ka Q&A level.
Ti amok niya nga mesa nga reason na aping ag-fail di business ko nga yada doy na po Diyos nga mapasama dito knock on wood. Which is ang ko kang kayat nga kuha niya nga mapasamak tagamin kit it's a brand that I'm really working on. Ngem, if my business would fail tomorrow, siguro ti mesa nga reason DJ is di kina ingrato. Nagriga na kami nga kasa kuma awan unay time ko nga sumungsong bat ti chat kada dagi messages kada awan na ano sa kasi like the branding itself is lazy yogurt kasi niya ada gid do mga times nga ore awan tinagyan na DJ kwan DJ ilako kon ke neglak agluto tanan ko na kuma dito jad nya nga sa duta nya kayat kas jay iso nga kada no datig damag ko mga kasat kay awan ti amor ko no do mga agsungbat nga oy sorry guys han kay nga per personal da kayo nag-message kanya nga magkano po no kung kanay kay 150. Pero saan pong pick up? Sa Domingo, Ilocos Sur. Kasi I wish nga at dati sa admin ko kung mga hello po, it's 150 pesos po per tub. You can pick it up po sa Poblacion, Santo Domingo, Ilocos Sur. How I wish nga dati kasi kung imgabuta kukak amin ti pinagluto, kukak amin ti pinaginaw, kukak amin ti pinag-inventory, pinaggatang ti raw materials and all. Kasi kung DJ sobrang drained kon nga kasi bare minimum lang ti maited ko kada gid do mga damdam again, which is I hope you don't take it personally kasi talaga makabandog may gayam tig business. Iso nga siguro nag-fail man ti business ko tomorrow, ti mesa nga rason na DJ is for not hiring the right people to help me with the business. Kasi no talaga kaya mo thrive ti business mo, you have to admit nga you cannot do things alone. Masapul mo nga masapul ti kadwa. So nga DGT mesa nga nakita nga shit nagriga gayam ko na niya. Iso nga kinapatang ko ni Jan, I have a really strong passion for this ko na makita talaga nga nagpigsa can there's this advocacy dati purpose na dito nga business can you be employee number 0001 kuna kanya na when kuna namit can you be the CFO or Chief Financial Officer when kuna nalata can you help me as the COO or the Chief Operations Officer when kuna nalata iso nga idin na aramid DJ yan I had more time nga tumulong ay agsungbat kada no kasi ke dapat time ko chika nagluluto kami ko magke hi ma'am yes po ma'am enjoy your yogurt agikan nyo ti honey kasi
very passionate when it comes to business.
I'm very passionate about this business. Yes, I'm very passionate about it.
Is being passionate overrated in business?
Being passionate
is overrated in business. Actually, in my own point of view, hindi naman. Kasi sometimes, not unless to the point that micromanagement would be a toxic reason in the operations. Kasi usually, yung over-passionate nga tao to the point nga they micromanage. It's something that I would relate to the question a while back nga tinanong mo, what would be the reason why your business would fail tomorrow? Ako kasi, my business right now is running with trust of my people around me, no? If the people around me would lose their trust on me, I think that my business will fail. Especially that most of my businesses right now are run by financial transactions.
English kami, ma'am. Nagriga may ngawatan na kita terms mo.
Tatala lang mag-English niya, hello. Yung kita, if you really realize, if you let them do their thing, as long as it's guided by the principle of your business, of your corporation, of your policies, I guess they will give it back to you. The more you trust people, the more that they will think also that they are empowered to do their thing. But not too much trust. There should always be internal control on it. Yun yung sinasabi ko na iba pa rin yung passion ng business owners. Iba pa rin yung passion ng actual owners on their business. But if you trust people to do their thing, if you trust people to be guided accordingly, nga haan nga kailangan nga to the point nga kumbaga you hold their hand to write their name, to do their thing. Kasi if they will feel suffocated, I think they will not really perform well. Just trust the right people, give the proper guidelines, guide them accordingly. I guess that's how to thrive the business. As of now, yun yung experience ko for the past year. Without the trust of the people around me, I think that I wasn't able to reach where I am right now.
Okay, kasi unlike gamin dayjay kuka nga kasi dati
Ikaw
at the
lahat.
production, at the gatang-gatang, kadaglalok, dayjay gamin kukam ke kasla
I'm just to clarify, I'm involved in different types of business right now. There are merchandising, financial transaction, and the
transaction.
cafe.
Oh.
So parang yun.
Na nagtitipon dayjay.
Separate records da, pero DJ Garuti point of view in totality, it's the trust. Because imagine I'm in Ilocos right now. They are there in Manila. They are in different places. How would they run the business without my trust, di ba?
Kasla kanyak ke being a very controlling person.
Micromanagement is an issue.
Very controlling na ba as the CEO of Lazy Yogurt. Ngem no daddo man kay kasta talaga kayat ko lang nga dapat kasto kasi. So nga siya tangko kang kaya dito ubraem.
Controlling yung idealistic.
Idealistic, yeah.
Since you are at the first phase, kumbaga, introductory phase of your business, it's normal. Kasi you are still establishing a standard. Yet, wala pa naman sa point na you have to pass on that kind of standard production, for example, to the production people and everything.
Start business parang gawing sunang yun.
When?
Sa yung point lang gawin niya, scaling up gawing sunang for the span of 1 month.
When?
Scale up ka, I think it's dangerous for a start-up business.
So dangerous.
It's a good risk. Kasi I've heard kung how much yung...
Is there a good risk?
Yes,
Is a risk good?
risk is good as long as it's controllable. That's the reason why there's a control of risk, controllable risk. Yung business mo, it's on a good side. Very thriving. Alam mo si Sweet Tones? Sweet Tones kasi she involved social media. So imagine kapag nag-open siya ng slot for the chocolate bars, DCC and all, 1 month in a night, nasa-sold out na niya yung slots. Parang ganun ka eh. So, balik tayo doon. So, is there a good risk? Okay, is there a good risk? Risk is actually manageable as long as you know how to manage it. Maganda yun, yung question niyan, is there a good risk?
Being as a person calculated risk.
Being
Is there a good risk?
Is there a good risk? Feeling ko there is a good risk as long as you're a calculated risk taker. Kasi ada yung time meeting ako nga problema DJ pangirefa DJ yogurt. Awan ti pangirefa DJ yogurt nga maramid ko. It's because syempre ni mama makireref na lang sida kadaglalok kasi no daduma ki talula may ref ko pangipana dagito daduma kasjay. So ang ending, it has been the bottleneck of my production. Tapos nasan ke ko na diyan amom niya ti problema ke pangirefund ko na. Problema pangirefund deto eh. Hindi kwan, I was just on my second week ngaglala ko ti yogurt ko na nakanya kon ke gumatang ka na ti chiller mo ko na. Ha? Ko na do you think kaya na deto yan? Ko na. Hindi ko napang kami gimatang ti chiller.
Dakel.
Wen, nakurang 40 days or something.
Actually, I was expecting yung 20 plus lang, di ba?
Wen, gimatang na tigas na. Wen, so nga na I took the risk kadejay. And because of that, kasi nagaduti mabalin ko nga i-kabil di jayen. So nga pay off and di jayen. Risk nga in bagam nga. So that's a good risk. Do I want investors in the business right now? Kasi medyo mabuting na. Is that a risk? Do you consider that a risk?
There's a reason that one. There's a reason that one. Kasi imagine mo, right now, all the financial controls is under you, di ba? And then at the same time, all the decision making is under you. But if there is an investor, they will have a voice in your business. Because they invested money. So that's also a risk. Although high risk, high rewards, but not all risks are worth taking.
Ada namang ibaga kanya nga, uy, can I invest in your business? Kung nada ke, ibaga ka, uy, kaya na nga ginvest ni Kastoy, nagaduti mang ibagbaga nga kaya na ginvestan ka siya. At dapat di mesang ibagbaga aking ka dyan nga, tulungan ka. I'm gonna find a good packaging for you. Ano maka-export. Kung kunada pa yan, kaya na dyan ke. Being employee number 0001, what do you think about this? Nga da kanuti umay nga mang tulong kanya for packaging, tano maka-export na kada export haan. Makalako na ti sa basabali nga lugar, kasya na maka-distributor na. Hindi kasla risk deto involving another person.
Correct.
So nga feeling ko bad risk de jay. Mabuteng na kasi kasano na we don't have the same values. Vision. Kasanon.
Involving another person in your business, especially if it's your brainchild na business, medyo mahirap. That's the reason why na before, during my time, people are telling me also to invest the candidating business. I always decline, especially that time of the time that I tried to recover from all the things that I've had. My greatest downfall because of trusting too much. So,
ado ti tatao ngayon rama mo di business.
Yes, ado nga natatawa ni Ram the business and all to the point nga decision was not only from me, but then again by the business paper itself, it's me alone. So all of the responsibilities will be mine. And technically, legally and morally, of course, medyo mahirap yon talaga to face all the consequences of that decision. So that's the reason why this also leads to trust others in your brainchild na business.
Actually, feeling ko okay kanya kung ni dati employee 001 ko pailaw, Ken 002. Ni Mamang Haimang, thank you so much for being my sales lady. Ken awan ni John nga tumulong ang produce kanya ke itubol-tulong may agaramit. So nakabubuting nga rodan niya to involve people.
Yeah, nakabubuting. Pero right now, I'm so happy to see that when I see your poster, ang ganda ng poster mo, na it's always sold out. And ganun na ganun si Sweet Tones.